Good afternoon here in Los Angeles. Looks like we're both in Los Angeles. Valerie Milano, the senior editor of the Hollywood Times and Aspiring Magazine. And I'm so happy to have our guest here today. I'm going to let them introduce themselves. Thank you.
Thanks. Hi, I'm Beck Williams. I am the writer, director, and actor in PACE, a short film, a short queer boxing film. And we are pretty new into our festival run. And we just I just got back from Atlanta last night where we showed it out on film. So
Lovely. And I'm one of the
enjoy.
lucky ones I'm one of the lucky ones that's been able to see it. So thank you so much. Pace follows Remy, who Beck plays Remy, a transmasculine boxer struggling with dysphoria, who is wrestling with the decision to transition at the potential cost of their marriage. Remy meets shy trans boxer Joey, who is returning to the gym post transition, facing the fear of being judged or ostracized by his former boxing community. When Remy invites Joey to train with them, the two find solace and camaraderie while facing challenges they each have been avoiding. As Remy's relationship with their wife reaches a boiling point, Joey reminds Remy that their journey is a process and it's okay not to have all the answers yet. This story does an amazing job of shining light on the struggle trans people face as they make choices during their transition. Is the boxing, Beck, is the boxing setting a metaphor for the fight that invariable is waged within transgenders and individuals?
Absolutely. I do think the boxing is such a physical representation of that. I guess you could say struggle, but not always a struggle. Sometimes it's just a fight forward. Absolutely, it is. And I think at the same time, it's sort of the reason I love incorporating boxing, other than the fact that I'm a martial arts nerd and I love to box. Besides being a fan of the sport myself, I love the that sports like boxing, like martial arts, anything that gets you kind of involved in moving your body, I think is such a healing experience. And it's something that I feel, at least in my own experience as, someone going through transition, it's a way to get into a flow, get into your body, out of your head a little bit, which I think Joey actually says in the film. But it's kind of it's a release. It's definitely a release for these characters, and it's cathartic.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. How much of this story came from your own transition?
Um, it is a bit autobiographical. I definitely relate to Remy in that I did transition in a marriage, and it was difficult for both of us, but we're soulmates, and but I think the point is that you can absolutely have the love, but you could still go through something very difficult like that. And neither partner is right or wrong. It's of course, to want to be authentic to who you are is completely correct, but that's not just for the person transitioning, it's also for their partner. And so that is something that does stem from my own experience. And then on kind of the flip side of that, Joey, Bex Taylor-Klaus, who plays Joey, who's a wonderful actor and a good friend of mine. A lot of what Joey was going through is kind of an amplified version of things that Bex has gone through. And so I kind of, based the character off of things we talked about, they were comfortable putting into their character.
That's so funny because I was going to ask a question before I asked this one, but while we're talking about Bex Taylor-Klaus, he's a wonderful role. They play a wonderful role as Joey, and the chemistry between the two of you is magical. Now you just said that y'all are friends. Have y'all? I'm from the South, so please excuse y'all. Have
Oh,
y'all
I like
played?
y'all. We're all great.
Yeah, yeah. Have y'all played, a role together, or is this your first role that you've played together?
This is our first time acting together.
Oh,
And
okay.
so, yeah, which was very exciting because, we're both actors, we are friends, like I said. So getting to actually work together to play off of each other, to step into these roles that do have similarities to us, but also are different from us as well. That was fun. It was such a enjoyable experience, and I love working with Bex. They're amazing. And thank you for saying that about our chemistry. I felt the same way. It was so easy to work with them and to really fall into this story. So I'm grateful for that.
Yeah, good, good. Um, and how much of a challenge was it for you to shoot in the dark in the gym environment?
Yeah, so you just yeah, that's a that's a good
Well,
question.
you know why?
Um
Because I wanted to say before that, because the cinematography is amazing in this film.
yes, yeah, thank you. Absolutely. Leo Behrens is our DP on Pace, and uh Leo is just phenomenal. Both in skill and in working with him. I remember I actually kind of did a cold reach out to Leo because I loved his work. And it was very much, I felt, in line with what I was looking for Pace. And I was so ecstatic when he wanted to come on board. And I think at that point is when things started to really feel real. We had a great collaboration. Leo is he did something that I really want people to know what he was able to do, because the gym, we did kind of want this. I really did want this like a bit of contrast and darkness, and kind of like almost like a warm spotlight onto the boxing ring, sort of that kind of imagery. But and we did find a gym that actually was even darker than we expected. It's a beautiful space, but it's huge and it's difficult to light. And Leo and his team did an amazing job at you know coordinating all of that with the budget that we had. This was a micro budget film, and I think, and we only had a couple days to shoot. So I'm very honored that Leo put all these hours into working on this and prepping with me, and making it happen, because he is truly incredible, and I'm so excited to see where his career goes. And I want to work with him again. He's wonderful.
Speaking of working again, do you have plans for this story beyond the short film? I know you said you were just starting the festival circuit, so we want to hear more about that.
Thank you. I'm glad you asked. Yes, I have a feature-length script for the film. And so that's what I'm hoping is next. I'm very excited to, hopefully dive into a longer version of this story. And I think that's where it's headed. And yeah, I'm trying to put it out there because I'd like to make it happen. And I want to let people know that that's where we're going.
Good. So you've obviously sent it out to a few festivals already. Have you gotten any feedback yet?
Yeah, the feedback we've had has been overwhelmingly positive, which has felt wonderful. We've played at two festivals so far. We played it out south. We premiered it out south in North Carolina, and then we were just in Atlanta for Out on Film. And both festivals were such a great experience. But I think what has been so rewarding is hearing how people have been touched by the story in different ways. Like everyone takes something a bit different from it, and I think that that's lovely. I think it shows the layers of the story. Some people focus on the relationship aspect, or the friendship aspect, or the way that masculinity is presented in the film. It has like a tenderness to it. So there's a few different. We've got a lot of feedback about different elements that people connect to, and that's what I love so much. I love that whatever anyone takes from it is just it's so rewarding as a storyteller for anyone to connect and feel something so personal from it, especially because while it is a queer story, I do find that what the characters are going through is such a universal experience. You know, having to make a tough choice and not know if you should make a choice, if you should follow through with something, if it might cost you something else. I mean, I feel like that's something that a lot of people can relate to. So even though we have specificity within our story, I think that it is like we have found that there's a lot of universal appeal, and folks both in the queer industry and not in the queer industry have been touched by the film. So I'm very happy about that.
Okay, I think I read something where you're 3rd-degree black belt in karate.
I am, yes, I
Are
am.
you? Okay, and now you're also really into boxing. Which is your favorite sport?
Oh gosh. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like honestly, I'm such a nerd. I feel like I could nerd out about so many different, I would say like martial arts, that's my favorite. That's my, you know, I played like team sports too, but anything in the martial arts realm, if you get me going, I'm like I find the beauty in every style. But yeah, I mean my background is in traditional karate. I had an adult club for a few years, my own club. And I love it. I mean, that's my foundation. That's like, you know, I have my karate family for life. And then I think just transitioning into boxing has been awesome because they're closely related. There's just like, you know, but obviously some differences. But yeah, it's hard to choose. I love
Yeah.
it. I love it all.
Well, you have a lot to write about. Your next one could be about that, right? About karate.
Oh,
Um,
that's so true.
yeah. Um, well, as we wind down here, I can't wait to meet you one day, hopefully. And I do wish you the best of luck. And I will be sending this article out with this interview. And we are the Hollywood Times today and aspiringmagazine.com. And we will have our YouTube channel, the Hollywood Times Official. And how can our readers and our viewers find you in this film and you on social media, your website? How?
Oh, that's so great. Yes. Uh, I'll just say personal website is beck-williams.com. My Instagram is beckwills with a Z underscore. Our Pace official website is pacethefilm.com. And you can find it on Instagram under the same as well. Yeah.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Thank you. Okay. Thanks again for your time. All right. Keep in
Thank
touch.
you so much.
Great. All right.
Okay, sounds great.
Bye-bye.